Greetings, peace be unto all of you, to my new listener. I am Ruben D. Garcia. I am an author, I am a spiritual writer, and I'm here for the first time. This is going to be my first live video. I am a founder of the JerusalemAssembly.org. It was established in the year 2000. And it was established due to this novel that I wrote. Now, of course, it's going to be real quickly. It's backwards, but bear for me for the moment, okay? In this novel, in 1981, I was giving various messages that had taken place, and I have agreed to come over now after the message received from above to go and share with you all the events that is taking place, and the more the other ones that are coming. Let me greet all of you. It is a joy to address all of you today. Like I said, this is going to be my first video. I hope for many more to come. I'm also will be conducting, or at least addressing today, three major elements that are very important to be aware of it, because we are in a crisis. In my novel, God Chosen Ones, I named that crisis Americhaos, because in truth, it is a chaos that we're at right now. And it's happening to America first, okay? This is a crisis in which the universe, let's say the heavens, as you know them too, have got involved for a very important reason, okay? I'd like to let you know, up front, that our beloved nation, America, it's definitely going through an unprecedented renaissance, a spiritual renaissance. That means simply is that as in the one part of something and a new beginning is about to take place. The major emphasis of this renaissance right now is unity, peace, and above all things, learning unconditional love. In short, you, I, and every single America is going to experience, it has been experiencing already, the most important chapter in our lives. I describe this in my novel, God Chosen Ones, and I will share them with you. Remember, first of all, we volunteered to be here for this occasion. The precedence of all of this, I will discuss in later articles. This is a divine moment, truly very, very divine. I know, and I have observed that there are many, shall we call it, messengers of God. You know them as prophets and mediums and so on, that they are beginning to give already the messages that God has given to them. We're all susceptible to receive them. I want you to know that. I'm not special, I'm no prophet, I'm no anything like that, just a simple messenger, an ordinary man that in 1981 was given a set of circumstances that would affect humanity. By 1987, when I finished the novel, I was given another set of rules. And by that time, I got very busy in trying to get this novel published. So therefore, okay, all that is taking place right now, believe it or not, was written a long time ago, okay? It's written on the books that's known as the Scripture of Truth. And it is found in heavens as a book. And it's found in the historical annals of humanity. In this video, that's first thing I'm going to share with you the message, given to me, okay? And like I mentioned before, it is already in the God Chosen One novel. There are three elements right now, currently, that we need to keep in mind. First of all this was initiated, of course, and this is what I want you to know for right now. It was initiated by the heavens. Its preamble started on December the 21st of the year 2012. That's when we really ended one, shall we call it, one cycle of spirituality and entering a new one. And that's where we are basically at the beginning of all of this. And this is just one of those trials that humanity, especially us, the American, need to go. It's very needed and it's vital to experience. Okay. The first element, or the first part of the 21 days, of which I will go into detail later on in an article. We are under the 21 day, just as Daniel portrayed, okay, for his 21 days of fasting, except for us, it's 21 days of prayers, petition, true petitions, okay, pure intents. And that is called reviving the faith. Our faith, really, has been, for all purpose, I would say, abandoned. That's the best word I can use. So therefore, we are now in a much needed awareness and urgent need to know that we do need to have our faith being, again, re-strengthened, reshaped, okay? And above all things, what the heavens and the universe are looking for is for us to have an evangelical unity. That means that even though we have one God and we should have one religion, we have different factions. And therefore, the heavens feel that it is time that we, the American people, in our dogma be as one. I explain that later in another article, of course. But simply it means that as what we started now, recently, because of the election, we are now, as mandated by the Spirit of God on all of us, to go and unite and begin to see what is happening to us. So through prayers right now, to sacrifices, to petitions to God, okay, the creative soul, the source creator, the magnificent, and even his entourage, Jesus and his council of 12, all are involved right now for this evangelical unit. And I have observed that they already have that mandate or that manifestation in various of the pastors. We're not all together yet, but we get in there. Hopefully by the 21st day after the election, just a day before Thanksgiving, we may have already achieved that, and that will be a great achievement, or which we hope to expect. Therefore, it was needed, as I say, the intervention of the great source, God, as we know it, to go ahead and help us. Truly, we have to embark on this battle. You know them as the battle between light and darkness. And in other places, people like to call it the good and the evil and so on. But it is between the light and darkness. In other words, between truth and deception. That's what it is. And I think you all pretty much are more aware of what had happened during the election. So therefore, we have embarked on that. And the reason is because, like I said, we took a path in which faith was eroding. Our belief in God was basically beginning to be abandoned. There was more personal self-indulgence than anything else. So therefore, the intervention was necessary for us to begin to realize that we needed to get back to the right path, the right journey of the Lord. Element number two that we need to do. Since we neglected the concept of the holiness and the virtue of freedom, God had to manifest to us something that we do. There's an old saying that says, you don't know how much you miss something till you lose it. Okay, that's it, freedom. The major factor, the holy virtue of our Constitution and our existence as a nation, so well was, shall we say, shackled, detained, and now we have to ransom for the freedom. When we're not to go by that, we need to do it through prayers now. Yes, we are cognizant, we're aware there has been disruptions in the our election, let me put it plain and simple. Yes, you have understood it, you have different names. I call it Americhaos. You call it corruption, okay? Whatever name we give them, it's an ill name or an ill phrase. So therefore, it was necessary for us to now ransom freedom, not monetary or financially, but by giving prayers, by pleading to the heavens, to pleading to God, to please help us through and make the wrong right. In other words, you need to recognize that our freedom was intentionally desecrated. They had a purpose for it. It's not something new. They've been doing it all along. However, this is the time the Lord pulled the veil up so we can see what was behind of it. Okay? So therefore, we are now to go ahead and ransom our freedom. We're going to need to uproot, okay, the malice that has been inflicted on our freedom, that was created this nation in a sense of bewilderment has never been seen by humanity, well, by Americans anyway, before. So it's now up to the awakened patriots. I call them the light workers, the ones that pray and meditate throughout, to begin to work for the freedom and the liberty, to strengthen the spirit alongside the alliances of God. Right now we have an alliances of God. We ally ourselves with God. We're beginning to come around. We're turning. Like I say, I hope we can get this done by the day before Thanksgiving, which is the completion of the 21st day of this crisis. All right. And that time, a partial, and I hope with all my heart, as according to the message that I have received, that by the day before Thanksgiving, you actually we're going to have two meaning, or at least two purposes. Not only to give thanks God for what He provides for us, but possibly also to give it to God thanks for what He's about to do, or He is currently doing. Be conscious of this. God is involved. Jesus is, shall we say, His lawyer, that it is also observing. And it's Jesus, Master and Lord Yeshua, is now our speaker. My friends, I can tell you other things, and I surely will, but all I can let you know is please about all things. Be strong. Don't be bewildered. Don't let your emotions take the best of you. You must recognize and you must be aware that the Spirit of God is in you. It's there. All you need to do is to wake it up. Make sure that rises or that slumber you've been for so long. Open your eyes. Talk to Him. He's willingly, I can tell you that for my own, that He listens very much. I can also point it out that this is not over yet. There's much to come. But don't be afraid. Be strong through prayers, through petition. And above all things, believe it or not, God and the heavens and every holy creature, if I can share with you the legions of the creature that are observing us, you will not believe it, but they are. And they're all cheering for humanity. They're all cheering for us Americans. We are the light of the world. We are the salt of the earth. And what is happening to us and what God will do with this nation, the purity that will bring back up on board, the spirituality that it is coming, the Renaissance, is going to be a symbol for the rest of the world. And remember this, you light workers and friends and brothers and sisters, they are in God's hand. It's going to happen, okay? I encourage you also, by the way, since this is my first video, that those who are now becoming aware of my writings and my word, please visit my website. It's www.thejerusalemassemble.org. One single letter, one single phrase. And there you will find many dozens upon dozens of articles written since the 1990 or earlier. Even in there, you will find the article I wrote about the election of President Trump. I will tell you, I'm also aware, that's what I'm asking you, please. Pray, be obedient, okay? Don't seek deceptions, oh, by the way, don't even bother with the media. Oh, don't do that. Oh, you have no idea. If I can tell you what is going to happen to all of them, oh, you, at the same time as you know when they fall, the Lord has asked me to pass on to you to learn to forgive those who were part of it. After all, the reason for this crisis that we call Americhaos is for us to learn to forgive. We had a great master and Lord in Yeshua, Jesus, who taught us that, to love the enemy, remember, and to forgive. So we're in that situation now. We have to learn to forgive to all of those. So in behalf of the heavens, the universe, my family, I would like to encourage you again to please be patient. Love God with all your heart, with all your soul, and all your might. He is ruler. He is the commander. And he is in command of this crisis. Remember, okay, as I mentioned earlier, I want you all to be strong. By all means, you have to be strong, especially for what is yet to come. I again mentioned, don't let your emotions. In fact, I would point it out, if someone is in discourse with you, walk away in a nice manner, okay? With a cute humor, with a pleasant view. Don't argue or anything like that, okay? It's part of the testing that you and I are going through that with these troublesome periods, okay? I say you must be strong, you must be steadfast. You must trust God more than you have ever trusted God in everything, because now you're going to learn what it is to be holy. You're going to find out your divinity. We were created in God's image. So therefore, whether we accept it or not, you have the essence, the Spirit of God in you. It just needs to be awakened, to be brought into the reality and manifest you yourself, your happiness, and your prosperity. In short, we're in the process of completing 21 days, 3 weeks, according to Daniel. We will continue also until the 70th day, 70 day. By then, we should have the culmination, and of course, all has been taken care of it. Yes, you're going to find toads along the road. Just be wise and avoid them. Do not quarrel. Do not begin to have defiance with them or anything. In a peaceful manner, just move around and keep doing a journey, looking forward to the future for a greater and most beautiful nation we call home, America. Okay? My beloved friend, I give you my loving kindness. I leave you my love. And I pass to you what the Lord has ushered me to pass on to you. That he loves you very much, unconditionally, no matter who you are, what color you are, what you believe in, whether you are blue or you are red, don't matter. He loves every one of us the same way. His love is completely unconditional. I'm sorry. I get really excited when I remember what he shared with me. So therefore, they love us, every human being. Okay? Keep in mind also that this is the only planet we have. We don't have other planets. Not yet, anyway. Okay? It may take a couple of thousand years before we can manifest those things. But for now, this is the one we have. And we have to help each other. We have to work together. There's no such thing as red and blue, okay, or anything like that. What it is Americans, brothers and sisters. Let's don't get into a quarrel about who is right or who is wrong. Simply let's manifest that God knows what is best for all of us. Okay? All right. God does, remember one thing again, I like to add also, it says, remember one thing. God does not go back on his words. I think for those of you who have studied the Bible as deeply as I have, will find that there is no such a thing as going back. Yes, there is coming a return. Yes, there's a U-turn on this election. Yes, there's going to be magnificent outcomes. As I heard recently on one of the independent network, there was a visitor, and it says very splendidly, they're going to release the Kraken. I love it. That's one line I could definitely agree with it. Yes, there is a Kraken coming out, a Leviathan, and be known that it will be unleashed, okay? But be at ease, be calm, okay? As I said before, only be strong and of good courage. And about everything, not only being strong, but believe and be courageous that God has this in his hand, okay? God has the last word. For those that don't want to see that what's going on. And somewhere I have to address this to all the ones that were blue. I don't have to call them by name or party name or anything. But you must remember, because I know you have read the same book we have read too. And yeah, you will find out that the last word is always with God. And he's the author of this last chapter of American democracy. Peace, love, and kindness to all of you. Please practice them. Remember this, just as it was, it is today, and it shall be forever be. I love you, and God be with you. Shalom.